Alrighty then, my dudes. Are you ready for the start of Porsche Unleashed? Well, technically, because this is the European version of the game, and because I'm technically a Power Region gamer, I'm going to be using Need for Speed Porsche 2000 for this game, and now I have to wait for the demo race to load up so I can skip it. Because apparently the game does not want me to dawdle. Well, it just happens all the time. I'm probably not the only one who's had that issue come to fruition. But anyway, let's get started with the game itself, once it loads. Okay, there it is. So we're going to create a new game, and the maximum number of characters it will allow is 5, and well, because I do not get to spill out my full name, I'm just going to put in the first 4 letters of my first name, which, as a lot of you should probably know by now, a lot of my long-time viewers should probably know by now, my first name is, of course, Jordan. So I'm going along with Jord, because why the hell not? Hello, Jord. Welcome to the Porsche test team, one of the best test driving teams in the world. My name is Diatastrak, or Diatastrak, I think his name is, and I manage this department here at the Porsche factory. Your starting job title will be Junior Test Driver. You will be trained in the fine art of driving, and you will be testing some of the finest vehicles in the world. Ooh, interesting. Your new job is dangerous and offers many challenges. I trust you are up to it. Go and speak to Rolf, and he'll give you your first assignment. By the way, I'm not being stereotypical here, I'm just using my normal voice. Hey there, kid. Welcome to the team. I'm Rolf, and I am the chief test driver for the Porsche test team. You're going to meet some of the other test drivers shortly. They might be a little tough on you because you are new. Don't worry, they'll warm up to you eventually. Show them what you are made of, and have fun out there. Since it's your first day, we won't try anything too strenuous. Try out the slalom course down by the waterfront. Let's see how you do with an 18-second time limit. And the car we are driving, according to the NFS fandom, is a Porsche 911 S Targa from 1967. And basically we have to get through this slalom in under 18 seconds in order to pass. And since I did some recent testing, a lot of these should be relatively easy to pass. Other ones will be more challenging than others, but we will see how we go. Oh, shit. Now there already goes the first cone. Let's see.
Congratulations!
Oh, what do you know? I passed it on my first attempt in spite of me literally hitting that one cone. Somehow it was still good enough for me to pass on my first attempt. What do you know? You know what? I'm not gonna get my thumbnail just yet. Let's give it a little more time first, and then I'll focus on seeing what thumbnail shots are available. I should also mention the Junior Test Driver section ultimately has the most assignments of all the others, basically half of them to be more specific. And now we move on to our second assignment. the S-curve test. Porsche cars are famous throughout the world for their distinctive handling. You will have to learn how to take these corners through S-curve turns as fast as possible. And the car we are driving for this is a Porsche 944 Turbo Cabriolet from 1991. You should be able to get through these turns in 42 seconds, if your line is right. Look ahead and anticipate the corners and you shouldn't have any problems. So this time we are on a 42 second time limit, and I should also mention I'm using digital mode for this because it's much easier to become accustomed to the game using digital mode than it is analog.
3, 2, 1, go!
At least that's what I found out. But anyway, back to the game itself, and hopefully I can manage to get some reasonable runs for the next few minutes, which is what I'm hoping for. Oh yeah, I should also mention the up D-pad button at the top of the controller, that also activates the horn. Oh, shit. Oh, damn it. Well, I kind of knew I was going to be distracting myself somehow, but anyway, let's try again.
3, 2, 1, go! 3, 2, 1, go! Congratulations! You beat the track record!
There we go. Just needed to not hit the cones, and then eventually sooner or later I would get there. And I beat the required time overall by quite some margin, in fact. I beat it by nearly 3 seconds. Anyways, moving on. 2 assignments down and still 4 to go. And part of the reason why at the moment I'm making this look easy is because of my recent experience. And obviously recent experience always ends up being useful when you're trying to settle into a game like this. Anyways, on to our next test. Hi there, Jord. I'm Hans, and I'm one of the testers here at Porsche. Our top driver is Stephanie. In all my years here, I have yet to see anyone handle a car like she. That's why they call her Ace. And this time we are doing an Alpine Slalom for our 3rd assignment. This should also be the halfway point of the junior test driver section, if I recall correctly. She and I have a bet going. Stephanie says that a 911 Carrera 2 964 can do the Alpine Slalom in less than 42 seconds. I don't think it's possible. Do you have what it takes to prove me wrong? Well, I hope so, Hans. I mean, I've done it a few times before, and there's no reason to say why I cannot do it again. So we need 42 seconds, so we need to set a time of under 42 seconds.
3, 2, 1, go!
Let's see if we can do it. So this one requires precision. You've really got to be careful where your car is positioned. These roads are slippery, so basically you just have to rely on precision for the most part. And then you've also got to hope you don't hit anything whilst you're at it. Well, I almost made it work. And yeah. Well, let's try that again. It's only because I hit those 2 cones that I failed.
3, 2, 1, go!
So, attempt 2 here at the Alpine Slalom. Basically just got to do the same thing again, except for saying this time around I don't hit the same cones over again. I should also mention this is a slippery surface, so you're really going to need to be careful here. Just going to make sure you don't hit anything. And I should pass this time.
Congratulations!
And indeed I did pass. Passed by over a second in the end. In my Porsche 911 Carrera 2 Speedster. Officially this car is a convertible. And the year it came out was 1993. A car itself that's basically the same age as the World Wide Web officially being launched. Well, launched of course to the rest of the world, because apparent as it might be, 1993 was the year that happened. Even though from someone who has studied in a brief context of the World Wide Web, I know that Tim Berners-Lee had originally created the World Wide Web 4 years earlier. Anyways, thanks for helping me out on that bet with Hans. I knew the car could do it. Klaus and I just wrapped up some testing on the track. We have a pretty nice course set up. You're up next, and I will need to beat my time of 57 seconds. Sorry, let me try that again. You're up next, and we'll need to beat my time of 57 seconds. So this is our 4th assignment, and the car we are driving this time is a 73 911 Carrera RS 2.7 Coupe. Or Coupe, if you live in the UK like I do. Either way it doesn't matter, because I think both abbreviations make logical sense. Really doesn't matter that much to me.
3, 2, 1, go!
So this is where the time itself starts. It's basically another slalom. You've really got to keep your eyes open for these cones. Make sure you don't crash too much whilst you're scraping the pit walls. And just trying to make sure I don't hit anything on my first attempt, because I know these cones will result in a 1 second penalty if I do. Of course it does say that in a brief overview of the description. I'll be amazed if I can manage to pass this first time.
Congratulations! You beat the track record!
And I went well over a passing time there on my first attempt. I set a 55.64 in the end of that. Honestly, I don't even think I'm mad. That is amazing. Although I guess part of the reason for that is because of the recent experience I had. Still, I did not think that was going to be passable on my first attempt. But somehow, it did prove to be passable. And once this replay is done, I'm going to have to record it again because I need my clickbait. Officially. So just going to try and see what views I can get of this thing. Let's see. Well, I might just stick with the exterior view. Well, the chase views, if you will. Just to try and see if I can get something decent out of this. Not really getting that many shots here, but I'll see if I can make them work somehow. Oh, I can just do that. Okay, well, anyway. You know what? I'm actually going to try this again and see if I can get an up-close shot of the Porsche whilst I'm here. Just to make this a little easier. So you know, there is that. And yes, by the way, I am trying this again simply because I want to make sure there is at least one good shot of this thing whilst I'm here. Okay, anyways, moving on. Since I've got enough video evidence now to prove my case. So yeah, now moving on to our 5th assignment of the junior test driver section, and we are doing a customer demo. I need you to demonstrate a new 911 Carrera for a customer. Impress him. Push the car hard and make sure you don't knock over any cones. Just follow the arrows and you won't get lost. And the car we are driving in this one is a 2000 911 Carrera 3.4 Cabriolet. So it's basically a convertible. And our required time is 57 seconds. I don't think this one is too difficult once you get used to it, but either way, you are going to need at least a couple of attempts of practice before you get it right. I'll also be amazed if this first attempt actually is good enough to pass. I mean, I do predict myself to set a time in probably less than 65 seconds, which is about 1 minute and 5 seconds. Braking early, really don't want to end up hitting those trees. And doing well so far at least. Everything seems to be going okay. I've not hit anything yet. How far off am I going to be?
Congratulations!
Okay. I succeed on my first attempt with a 56.8. And I also figured whilst I'm here I might as well get some more video evidence to lay down my efforts. So you know. In case if I don't manage to get any good shots of the coupe, I will see if I can get some reasonable shots of the Cabriolet. If you were really wanting to go balls out into that corner, you could basically just, you know, attempt to do a handbrake turn. That usually does work if you manage to not hit the trees. Anyway, moving on. If I can move on. Oh, yeah. It's okay. I did find the exit button in the end. Okay, anyways. Enough dilly-dallying. Let's now get on with our final assignment of the junior factory driver section. Let's see what our last assignment of the junior section is going to be. And it is a car delivery. Jord. There is a customer in town who came to pick up her car from the Porsche exclusive. She came out a day early and is on a tight schedule. I need you to get this 911 Carrera 993 to her as quickly as possible and get it there without a scratch. I'm serious. Any damage to the car is going to cost you. You've been with us for a while now, and it's time to see if you're ready to be a full-fledged test driver. Pass this assignment and you'll get a promotion. So we basically need to deliver this in 1 minute and 16 seconds in order to pass, and the car we are driving in this is a 911 Carrera Cabriolet. And there's also said what model it is. It's a 993.
3, 2,
so here we go.
1, go!
So, this test isn't too hard to pass. Again, you basically need to get used to the way the streets work and be successful in not hitting anything. Also attempted to take a shortcut there, even though I did not specifically damage the car in any way whatsoever, but apparently it was still worthy of a... Okay, that is worthy of a penalty. I take it back now. Okay, that's annoying. This I can tell is not going to be worthy of a pass. But let's see how far off we are. And yep, I'm definitely not on target. I was in fact well off target, Well, let's try again. Because I have to.
3, 2, 1, go! 3, 2, 1, go!
You know, I think at this stage it's just gonna come down purely to luck. It's basically gonna need to be a run where I'm not gonna get fucking cucked by the traffic. Because that's basically what's been happening here these last couple of runs. As in, the traffic has basically just been dumping me, even when I try to avoid them. They just always seem to find a way of just dumping my odds of somehow getting through this. You also never know when the traffic is going to be blocking you, because if the traffic is right in front of you and you try to avoid them, sometimes they will still turn straight into you.
Congratulations!
But it doesn't matter, because in spite of those 2 penalties, I did manage to overcome and meet my requirements officially. Anyways, there we go. As James Bond said, job's done, and the bitch is dead. And that's kind of what this is. It's basically a slalom of some sort, but you're basically doing it out on the public roads and just trying to avoid going straight into the traffic as much as you can. Specifically speaking, of course. Congratulations on your promotion to test driver. Based on your excellent performance, we are granting you the use of a 911 GT2 race. I would also like to say, this thing looks phenomenal. I'm also pretty sure that model is potentially a 993 from what I can tell. At least judging by its shape and size. Anyway, moving on. You've done well so far, but now things are going to become more difficult. I'm counting on you to rise to the challenge. Dieter, I hope I can manage to meet your demands. You have unlocked a car for the quick race mode. You have unlocked a car for the quick races mode. Do you wish to save your game options now? Only your game options will be saved, not your factory driver game progress. Yes, I will in fact save my scores now because it shows I've done it. And yes. And that's okay because once I move on to the next section I can save the game there. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to save the game now, and I'm basically just going to use the same 4 initials I used before. And that took me less than 40 minutes to do all of that. Although part of the reason for that is because I was struggling with the delivery test. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I can always edit those bits out. And yes, I will in fact save the game now. Saved game data requires 1 block, 10 free blocks available on memory card in memory card slot 1. Yes. And so that now concludes episode 1 of Porsche 2000, and next time we will be moving on to the test driver section. Coming up next.